Kublai phi baru kini kilong ki khubor bam takasni. Ki babun ki MLA ki lapan power ki jing sngokhya halor ka jing I consent to operate CTO ya ki stone quarry badru halor ka jing trekam stone quarry be an ha ka jilla ha ka jing yalang ki jing darbar thawan ka Meghalaya ha ka sipale. Ka MLA ka angpati miani di Shirak labu jingkali syok menteri rangba ka jilla Konrad ki sangma ubakmi ya kate katnan ban pensyai ya kat nutali ki consent to operate CTO Bathamai la Aisha ki stone quarry da Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board ha ki snem arhajar arpsau arpsan bad arhajar arpsan hadu arhajar arpandriu. Da kajing batai district wise kalapanru ikajing tip halor kat no teli ki renewal jeng ki CTO la ai hak te kaporu da kajing batai district wise. Kaju kajing keli lawan raru da MLA ka maulai bright stowel marbanyang Ubalapan jengtim halor ki permission bathamai berki renewal bala Aisha ki stone quarry hagi district bapher ke jilla. Hagi jing yakran unong yalam kaliang persya mukul M sangma ulabu jengkeli syuk bantip. La ke sarkar ka don em ki rukam kmi bat sindrop ban pet ngori ki kam quarry. Kenang ban penti kena bakin boat iki kendon jing ya damariang. UMLA kanong kram aden malabasayo modru ulapan pau ya kajing sngokhya halor kajing don ki parmau bat kor teliat kwari ki batri kambe an haki benta bapher ke jilla bat ulapan jing pensyai na ka sarkar halor ke sinjam bala shim bante la kam ya kini ki kam ha kaju kapor ka MLA ka rupa marag kalabu jingkali halor ke sinjam ba ka sarkar ka shim ban khanglat e kajing tre stone kwari ba an bat ban pinti kana bi kwari kin tre kam tang de ki permission ki babiang Bajubab ikini ki jingkali menteri rangba Konrad ki sangma uloong ba ka Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board kaju I consent to operate tang hadin balapit benya ba ki kwari ki board iki kendon jingya damariang ber ki kendon an balabu uloong ro ba ka board kadon ka record district wise halor ki permission ba thamai ber ki renewal bar ka sarkar kadang beteng ban pet ngori ki kam kwari khnang ban pinti kana ba ki board iki kendon bat ban shim sinjam persha ya gnu ki kam be an
Speaker, sir. Reply to Star Question 222A. So the total number of new consent to operate permission for stone quarries given by the Meghalaya State Pollution Board are West Khasi Hills District 2, West Jayanti Hills District 1, East Garo Hills District 1, Eastern West Khasi Hills District 1, West Garo Hills District 3, total 8. That was for 24-25. For 25-26, West Khasi Hills District 3, Ribhoi District 1, East Khasi Hills District 1, West Garo Hills District 7, total 12. Reply to B. So the total number of renewal of consent to operate permission for stone quarries given by the Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board are 2024-25, East Khasi Hills District 12, Ribhoi District 5, West Garo Hills District 13, North Garo Hills District 2, total 32. 25-26, East Khasi Hills District 7, West Khasi Hills District 3, Ribhoi District 5, East Garo Hills District 1, West Garo Hills District 20, North Garo Hills District 1.
Speaker, sir, I'd like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister for the reply. Sir, may I know from the Honorable Chief Minister the total number of applications for the consent to operate permission that was received by the State Pollution Control Board from the quarries who already have the consent to establish permission with them. So can I get the figures district-wise, sir?
So the number of applications and the consent to establish and consent to operate, the process of how many are in which aspect or which stage, that information specifically is not there with me. But how many of them have received consent to operate, I can give the information district-wise. But this is a matter which is, as I said, under process, so we'll have to get the details as per the date today. I will require notice for that, sir. It's, as I said, normally what happens is a person applies for the consent to establish first, and then after that certain procedures are followed, and post that then consent to operate is applied for, and then it's given. So therefore, in this transition phase, exact number of how many applied for consent to establish and then how many are now in the process of operate, getting that number is not with me right now, sir. I'll require notice.
Mr. Speaker, sir, then can I get the number of quarries that have applied for the consent to establish for 25-26, sir?
So that number also, as I said, application numbers are not with me, but the total numbers that have been given, they are with me. But the applications per se, how many have applied, sir, that information is not with me right now, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I think it was quite relevant to the primary question, but can we get it in the table of the House, sir? Can I request?
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
So we'll provide the information.
Sir, may I know from the Honorable Chief Minister whether it is a fact that the Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board has a shortage of staff for efficient functioning?
Sir, the office, in terms of the current offices that are there, those are functioning, sir, which is the main office in Shillong. But yes, sir, we have shortage in terms of the aspect that regional offices are required. As of now, the pollution board functions from Shillong, and hence it does create difficulty for people, say for example, who are coming from Garo Hills or even from Jente Hills. And hence there is a proposal, and we are in the process where offices for Tura and other locations are going to be established, so that the facilities and the services that people require can be there closer to their doorstep.
Mr. Speaker, sir, can I get an assurance from the Honorable Chief Minister that these regional offices can be made functional at the earliest?
Yes, sir.
Sir, one final supplementary question. In the course of the reply of the Honorable Chief Minister, we can see that the majority of the stone quarries are concentrated in West Garo Hills district. If you look at the reply of B, where there's a renewal for CTO, we can see that this year West Garo Hills has 20 renewals, whereas if you look at the other districts, it is comparatively very low, sir. So therefore, may I know from the Honorable Chief Minister the reason why the legal stone quarries are very low in the other districts of the state?
So as mentioned, sir, there are different applications we receive, and as per the applications that come from respected districts, the applications are processed. So therefore, sir, the reason could be many, that there would not be locations that the miners are getting, or there could be reasons like the locations are not accessible or not feasible. So those are location based. For us as a department, whoever applies, we process as per the rules and procedures that are laid down, and we issue the necessary clearances, sir.
Sir, may I know from the Honorable Minister, how many stone quarries are there in the Wadagri and Golgan areas on the Rajabala constituency?
Sir, I don't have village-wise, but in the whole of West Garo Hills, there are 59 legally operating quarries.
So may I request the Honorable Minister to please lay that information in the table of the House, because we have just seen what happened in the recent past, where one boy in Garhwils was murdered because of the problem arising out of these illegal stone quarries. So may I request him to place it in the table of the House?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mbak Kapran.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. May I know from the Honorable Chief Minister how many quarries in East Khasi were closed or penalized for non-compliance during 2024-25 and 25-26?
Sir. So which year was it?
During these 2 years, 24-25 and 25-26.
Sir, in 24-25, sir, we have instances. So there were total 11 reported offences. 4 accused names were there. And yes, sir. So 11 offences were there, sir. In 2025-26, 29 offences were there, sir.
Sir, will the Honorable Chief Minister be pleased to state whether the government proposes a time-bound and simplified consent or renewal process for small quarrying operators in East Khasi, sir?
Yes, sir. We are examining the matter, sir.
That's what concern, sir. So may I know from the Honorable Chief Minister how many inspections were conducted by the Meghalaya Pollution Control Board during this period, sir? This 24-25, 25-26, and only in East Khasi.
So the inspections are time to time basis. Exact number of times the inspections were done, that information specifically is not with me, sir.
Leader of the Opposition, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, in view of the question, the principal question, I can easily understand, so also I believe every honorable member of this August House, that the question is framed in order to know as to how many such quarries who already have received CTE, consent to establish, have applied for CTOs, consent to operate, and at the same time those who are already operating, whose mining lease have expired, have applied for renewal. Now, may I therefore know from the Honorable Chief Minister whether these rules, Rule 9 of the Meghalaya Minor Minerals Concession Rules 2016, the Rule 19 and then Sub-Rule 2 and 3 are being taken cognizance of and is being adhered to.
Yes, sir. The rules are with me here. You said 19, 1 and 2.
9, 2, 3.
19 or 9?
9.
Sir. So the rule number 9 is for the disposal of applications for grant and renewal of mining lease. And obviously, sir, this been the entire process has been laid down. I can go through them in detail, but it will be very long, sir. But yes, these are the procedures that are prescribed, and as per the prescribed norms, the procedures are followed, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, see why this supplementary has been given by me is in order to have a complete clarity about the responsibility to ensure that there is no space for manipulation, favoritism, or discrimination. This rule has been clearly adopted in order to ensure transparency and to prevent or create a deterrence from any possible tendency or inclination of the authorities from manipulating for whatever reasons. Because the Rule 9 Sub-Rule 2 says, an application for the grant of renewal of a mining lease shall not be refused by the competent authority only on the ground that Form A or Form D, as the case may be, is not complete in all material particulars or is not accompanied by the required documents. Sub-Rule 3 says, where it appears that the application for the grant or renewal of a mining lease is not complete in all material particulars or is not accompanied by the required documents, the competent authority shall, by notice, require the applicant to supply the omission or, as the case may be, furnish the documents without delay and in any case not later than 30 days from the date of receipt of the said notice by the applicant, failing which the application shall be summarily rejected. So these are the procedures to ensure there is no tendency to manipulate. And Sub-Rule 5 says, if an application for renewal of a mining lease made within the time referred to in Sub-Rule 2 of Rule 18 is not disposed of by the competent authority before the date of expiry of the lease, the period of that lease shall be deemed to have been extended by a further period till competent authority passes order thereon. This rule, Mr. Speaker, sir, has been scripted and agreed upon by the government and notified accordingly in order to ensure there is a complete transparency and no scope for any favoritism nor any discrimination. Therefore, it is very important to know how many of such applications which have been received by the concerned authorities at different level have the authorities who have been vested with the responsibility of processing all these applications have adhered to these rules. How many applicants have not probably received this notification as per the Rule 9, Sub-Rule 3, and whether the Sub-Rule 5 is being implemented, Sub-Rule 5 of Rule 9.
Yes, sir. As mentioned, these rules are there with us, sir. And these rules, as been mentioned in the Act, the rules, sorry, are being followed, sir. But as I mentioned earlier in the reply, the exact number of the renewal applications, that is not there with me. But these procedures are being followed, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I believe the government will provide all these informations to the House.
Yes, sir.
Because they are very crucial to ensure complete transparency and lack of any manipulation, nepotism, favoritism, discrimination, whatever comes in respect of the intent of this rule should be given fruition so that the intent is achieved. Now, my other supplementary is, Mr. Speaker, sir, somehow or other, in Garo Hills, the cost of aggregates are so high. It's higher than Khasi Hills. It's almost higher by almost 50%. Now, we understand that lots of these aggregates are being exported to Bangladesh. But in order to ensure, because we have gone through that kind of some kind of situation where aggregates were not being able for our own developmental programs in the state, whether it is for infrastructural development or even for our own public, private usage. So these particular rule, while being framed, have taken cognizance of this concern and have appropriately factored it in this rule. If we go by Rule 11 of the rules that we have referred to, the Meghalaya Minor Mineral Concession Rules 2016. I think everybody should have this. Those who are entrepreneurs, also the builders, they should have this. The priority, the first priority shall be given to a person who uses such minor mineral for government construction. First, Rule 11, Sub-Rule 1, Clause A. First priority shall be given to a person who uses minor minerals for government construction. Then, subsequently, sixth priority. Look at the priority. This has been laid. Sixth priority shall be given to a person who exports such minor minerals. This is because we need to ensure that our local demand is taken care of in the first instance. Therefore, the end use automatically becomes part and parcel of the mining plan, which is approved. The end use. If we go to even, say for example, limestone, the end use will determine whether the mineral so proposed to be used and mine and use will be used for what end use. If it is for cement, then it becomes major mineral. That is how the amendment, our MMDR Act amendment, which was effected by Parliament, applies. Therefore, the end use part, whether this end use part by all those respective quarries who have received CTO are being adhered to or not, whether this is being regulated or not. This relevant section, relevant provision of Para 11 of the rule.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, then the House will require to know how many of these stone quarries who have been given CTOs are given the approval of the mining plan and the CTO based on these priority-wise. I think the breakup and the classification must be made available to this House.
So I'll make it available.
Sir, if I can hear properly, sir, in the course of a reply, the Honorable Chief Minister has mentioned that there are 50 stone quarries operating in West Garo Hills. Is that true, sir? 50?
So I'll just repeat again, sir.
Okay.
The total number of quarries, mines, stones, boulder operating legally with valid licenses and consent to operate till date, West Garo Hills, 59.
Sir, because when I look at this reply, so I'm a bit confused. When you add up all these stone quarries that have been granted a license and those who are being renewed, when you tally, it comes only 43, according to the list, sir, if you check. West Garo Hills in the renewal in 2025-20 and in the 24-25, 13, that means it comes 33. And West Garo Hills 25-26, new stone quarries that have been granted is 7. And in 24-25, 3. So if you combine, if you tally, it comes only 43. So how you arrive at 59, sir?
So there were some who were before, sir.
My last supplementary. Now, they are all available inputs, which is in circulation and within the public domain, particularly in respect of uncontrolled, illegal quarrying in Ribhoy and in West Garo Hills. Whether the government is aware that these instances of illegalities, particularly for this illegal quarrying, has been brought to the notice of the authorities concerned or not, whether the government is aware of this fact.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Bardhan, please.
A matter of concern.
Sorry, Adelbert, I'm sorry.
Yes. Absolutely, it's a matter of concern about the present and the future. Yes, we do hope, we do believe that we should think for the livelihood of the present and also the sustainability of the future. But sir, I would like to get a clarity from Honorable Chief Minister. How many rejected applicant during 2024 2024-25, 25-26, be it new or a renewal for CTO?
Sir, as I mentioned in my reply earlier, in the primary reply, when the mover of the question had asked, that the number of applications, that information is not there with me, but I'll be providing that. And on the basis of that, obviously, the ones that have received, when we minus them, we'll get the numbers, sir. So the information is not with me right now. We'll have to collect all the information of all the applications, sir. But I will provide it to the House.
So as we experience and we heard a lot about illegalities happening everywhere across the state. So may I know from Honorable Chief Minister, is there any illegalities is there any illegalities, any stone quarries operating without valid consent to operate were identified during 24-25? If there is, what action has been taken?
Yes, sir. I've mentioned that there have been a total of 17 such offences that have been registered, and accordingly, sir, the quarries have been closed, sir.
Yes, Bright Starwell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to put a supplementary question to the Honorable Chief Minister. I would like to know how many legal stone quarries are there in Ribhoi district. I fully subscribe to the leader of the opposition, where there are many illegal stone quarries in Ribhoi district. Personally, I've visited these areas, and I could understand that there are many illegal stone quarries in Ribhoi district. So may I know from the Honorable Chief Minister, how many legal stone quarries are there in Ribhoi district?
Sir, 8.
Mr. Rupamara.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Based on the complaints made by the NGOs and social activists in Garo Hills, there has been complaints against illegal stone quarries being operated in Resubelpara and even in Chokpot near the Dareng River, and even in West Garo Hills under Fulbury. There has been lots of illegal stone quarries. Number goes up to 50 plus. So whether the government has taken any action against those illegal quarries or not?
Yes, sir.
May I know from the Honorable Chief Minister, what actions has been taken against those illegal quarry operators?
So the quarries have been closed.
Yes, Bright. Sorry, Bright Star, or you have one more supplementary?
One more supplementary, sir. What is the action taken? I mean, the penalization, stopping of quarry, I mean, the seizing of quarry is not enough. So, whether they have been penalized or not?
Yes, sir, they have been penalized as per the MMDR Act rules.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Right ahead.
I would like to thank the Honorable Minister for clarifying that there are 8 legal stone quarries in Ribhoi district. So may I know from the Honorable Chief Minister the exact location of these 8 legal quarries in Ribhoi district, especially in Pilangkata area?
So the exact locations are not there with me right now, but I can provide it to the honorable members.